Right there, from one today, we will tackle about Rizal and the Philippine nationalism, Bayani and Kabayanihan. So we have our learning objective. Number one, assess the concept of Bayani and Kabayanihan in the context of Philippine history and society. Number two, provide interpretation to the concept of Bayani and Kabayanihan as a millennial. Number three, advocate the values that Rizal's life encapsulate by honoring the people that they consider as Bayani by writing a contribute in a essay or a poem. And kabayanihan. The word bayani or hero in Filipino is someone who saves somebody's lives. However, this word carry a deeper context within those people who are willing to suffer and sacrifice themselves for the good of their country are worth enough to call as such. Being a hero requires a greater act of bravery. So, as a hero, you will be requiring a greater bravery. You must be brave and willing to sacrifice yourself for the good of your country. So for those people who sacrifice themselves, especially for those people who fraud to regain our freedom from the Spaniards. And then we can take a look the word bayani based on the Filipino dictionary. Bayani, pangalan or noun. Taong matapos mamatay ay pinagbubunhi ng bayan ang kanyang di pangkaraniwang paglilingkod sa bayan o sa sangkatauhan. Taong may di pangkaraniwang tapang o tigas ng loob sa harap ng panganib o kaya'y katatagan ng kalooban sa paghihirap at pasakit. Number 2, we have bayani, pandiwa or verb. Umuukol sa panggawang hindi binabayaran ang gumagawa. Kasing kahulugan or synonym. Pakisuyo, tungo, bataris, at suyo.
Bayani and Kabayanihan. Bayani as a concept and word can have any of these three applications. Bayani as a person, Kabayanihan as a heroic act, and Bayani as a heroic group, community, or nation. The concept of Bayani in Filipino culture is deeply rooted in the idea of heroism, encompassing individual deeds, collective actions, and community efforts. Number 1 is a Bayani as a person. This refers to an individual who displays extraordinary courage, sacrifice, and selflessness for the benefit of others. Example, Rizal is considered a bayani because of his intellectual and moral courage in fighting for Filipino freedom. And right during the Spanish colonization, his writing inspired a movement for national independence. Number 2, Kabayanihan as a heroic act. This highlights a specific action or deed that embodies heroism, often requires sacrifice and benefiting the greater good. Example, Andres Bonifacius' leadership in the Cry of Balintawak, where he and his comrades stored their cédulas, residence certificates, as a symbol of rebellion against Spanish oppression, is an act of kabayanihan. Number 3, Bayani as a heroic group, community, or nation. This emphasizes the collective efforts of people working together heroically for a common cause. Example, the Bayanihan spirit, where communities come together to help a neighbor move a horse. Bayanihan house moving reflects the heroic effort of a group united by a shared sense of responsibility and This is Daniel's Baling explanation. The core value in being bayani is recognition of and deference to the interests of what is bigger than the individual, like the group, the community, the nation, even humanity and nature. This deference is conscious even if it almost extensive and habitual. His explanation, the concept of bayani embodies the value of selflessness and prioritizing the greater good over individual interest. This begins with recognizing that one's action should benefit something larger than oneself, whether it's a group, a community, a nation, humanity, or even nature. By placing the needs of others or the collective above personal desires, an individual demonstrates a profound sense of responsibility and interconnected. This value is not just an abstract idea but a conscious choice, often reinforced through cultural practices, education, and traditions. Over time, this mindset becomes almost extensive, guiding behavior and decisions in a way that naturally aligns with the welfare of the greater whole. In essence, being a bayani means living with an awareness of one's role and contributing to the larger fabric society of the
Definitions of bayani and kabayanihan from pre-colonial Philippines to present. Meanings of a word can evolve from its use up to the present times. Same with the words bayani and kabayanihan. Bayani is a hero in English, and when you Google the word today, it refers to a person who is admired or idealized for courage, outstanding achievements, or noble qualities such as a war hero. So, the meanings of words can change over time based on how they are used. So, example, Filipino words, bayani and kabayanihan. Bayani translate hero in English. So, today it describes someone admired for their bravery, great achievements, or noble qualities like a war hero. Thank you.
Definition of bayani and kabayanihan from pre-colonial Philippines to present. LWP's dictionary meaning of bayani is that one has to be dead to be a bayani. It may have discouraged many of us from aspiring to be heroes, but this meaning has been attached only during the almost 1 century that has passed since the days of the Katipunan. Rizal's executions at Bagong Bayan and his proclamation as Pambansang Bayan may have contributed much to it. The terms bayani and kabayanihan hold deep significance in Filipino culture, encapsulating the ideals of heroism and national identity. These concepts have evolved over time, reflecting the changing social and political landscape of the Philippines. Bayani primarily referred to a warrior or brave individual who defended their community against threats. These individuals were often revered for their courage, strength, and skills in combat. They were not just fighters but also leaders who embodied the values of their tribe or community. The term bagani as synonym for bayani was commonly used in various ethno-linguistic groups across the archipelago. Kabayanihan in the context represented the acts of bravery and self-sacrifice that these warriors performed for their people. It was a testament to their dedication to protecting their community and upholding its traditions. The concept of bayanihan, the spirit of communal cooperation, also emerged from this period, highlighting the importance of unity and collective action in times of need. In conclusion, the definitions of bayani and kabayanihan have evolved significantly from the pre-colonial Philippines to the present, while the core values and bravery, self-sacrifice, and service to the community remain central. The concept has broadened to encompass a wider range of individuals and actions. This evolution reflects the changing social and political landscape of the Philippines, as well as the evolving understanding or what it means to be a hero in the modern world. Thank you.
Definition of bayani and kabayanihan from free colonial Philippines to present. The qualifier and the first meaning of bayani given in the dictionary produced by the linangan ng mga wika sa Pilipinas to the effect that one becomes a hero upon being recognized as such after that was not there much earlier in the history of usage of the word. The Katipunan under the leadership of Andres Bonifacio used the word bayani as the label for its third grade member, the highest rank in their katipon and kawal. One become a bayani after being elected to any of the organization's collegial leadership councils. So the word bayani in the free colonial Philippines referred to a heroic figure who demonstrated exceptional courage, strength, and leadership in the battle or in the face of adversity. This definition encompasses living individuals who exhibit these qualities. In the Katipunan, a secret Filipino society that fought against Spanish colonial rule in the late 19th century, the term bayani was used to refer the highest ranking members known as the membresha. These individuals were elected to the organization's leadership councils and were responsible for guiding the Katipunan's efforts towards independence. The Katipunan saw bayani as someone who was willing to sacrifice for the greater good of their people. Today, the term bayani is still used to refer to heroes or people who have made significant contribution to their country. It has come to represent not only those who fought against oppressors but also those who work towards positive change in various fields. That's all. Thank you.
The vocabulario de lingua Tagala, compuesto por varios religios costos, y graves republished reimpreso en Manila in 1860 by Imprenta de Ramirez y Grauger carries two entries of the word. Bayani, the first definition, carries the words valiente and animoso, and the second one begins with obra común. The Vocabulario de Lingua Tagala in 1860, Tagala defines in bayani in two ways. One, as someone brave, spirited, Valencia, and animoso. Second, as tied to communal efforts, Cobra Commune, highlighting selflessness and service to the community. Then, that reflects both personal courage and collective heroism in Filipino culture.
These two definitions run parallel to the two entries in LWP Dictionary. LWP stand for Linangan ng mga Wika sa Pilipinas, but conspicuously absent in the 1860 books entries are the word muerte or anything similar to it, like a morer. Muerte or morer, which means die or that, to put in the sense of one having to die first.
What does it take to be a hero? The heroism in real life does not require someone to sacrifice his or her life to be called a bayani. The people that we set up as heroes are people that generally go above and beyond in terms of the call of duty. They do things that are extraordinary. The act of heroism is debatable to some people. However, for any hero, it's enough enough just knowing that they helped someone else. In Rizal's life, exemplifies heroism through his courageous writing, advocacy for Philippine independence, education, and selflessness. His legacy continues to inspire Filipinos, demonstrating that heroism is not solely defined by ultimate sacrifices, but by extraordinary actions and contributions to the nation's freedom and system of law. Heroism is a multifaceted concept that encompasses various qualities, characteristics, and actions. Jose Rizal's life and work serve as testament to the power of selflessness, courage, and determination. Ultimately, heroism is about making a positive difference in the lives of others, and knowing that one's actions have helped someone else is reward enough.
If you look up Bayani, you will find many meaning. Vito C. Santos, in his Vicasan's Dictionary 1978, give the following: hero, patriot, taong makabayan, cooperative endeavor, mutual aid, and person who volunteer or offers free service or labor to a cooperative endeavor to prevail, to be victorious, to prevail mamayani. Gives the following hero: taong makabayan. Ang taong makabayan ay pagpupunyagi ng kooperatiba, pagtutulungan, taong pagboboluntaryo o pag-aalok ng libreng serbisyo o paggawa sa isang kooperatiba o pagpupunyagi upang manaig ang maging matagumpay upang manaig ang bawat isa.
Leading man in a play often referred to as the vida, from the Spanish word for life. Vida, who is contrasted with the villain or contravida, from the Spanish contravida, against life. These words help us better understand the word for the lifesaver. The inflatable rubber tube or salvavida, from the Spanish salvar vida, to save life.
Then there is the Vocabulario de la Lengua Tagalog by the Jesuits Juan de Noceda and Pedro de Singular, first published in 1754 but better known for its 1860 edition that can be found in Manila and covered with pigskin. This one rare book has been made readily available again by the Commission sa Wikang Filipino in an edition by Almario Ebreo and Violpas, translated from the original Spanish into Filipino. Bayani in this dictionary has several meanings: someone who is brave or valiant, someone who works toward a common task or cooperative endeavor, which is bayanihan.
Yeah, Asha, my topic for today is all about Bayani. What is Bayani? This is significant that Bayani comes from the few words under Bayan, which is defined as the space between here and the sky. Bayan is also a town, municipality, pueblo, or a nation, and can refer to a people and citizen, or what we call mamamayan. For my further explanation, Bayan is a Tagalog word that means hero. It can also refer to someone who is committed to the greater good of their community and nation.
Who live in those communities, or to those who originate or come from the same place o kababayan. Bayan also refers to the day o araw, or a time of day, malalim ang bayan, or even to the weather, good or bad, o masamang bayan.
Bayani is a richer word than a hero because it's rooted in a bayan as a place or a doing something great for not oneself, but for a greater good for a community or a nations. Old hero were those contribute to the birth of a nations. And maybe the modern bayani is one push envelope further by contributing to the nation in a global world. So we have our old hero though, like Jose Rizal, Andres Bonifacio, who fight for our freedom from the invaders or the Spaniards. And we have our modern bayani, considers like OFW, police, teachers, and a doctor, and other professional. They contribute for the better economies for our countries, and they are considered as a modern hero. Thank you.